feel like a lot of us have this fear, this unrelenting fear of starting over in our lives. Um, what do I mean by starting over? It's basically what it is. You're hitting the reset button. Let's say you had a plan. Let's say you had an idea. You had an idea of where you were going. You had everything planned out. It could be a 5-year plan, it can be a tomorrow plan, any kind of plan you had. And you had all the pieces in motion. Everything was set. Then you had a chink in the armor and your plan failed. Your plan fell through. Where do you go from there? And the answer is simple. You fell, so now you have to get back up. Now you got to start over. Now you got to start from square one. You got to start from the starting line. You were so close, or at least you thought you were so close to the finish line, and something happened. It could be anything. You lost a job, you lost money, you lost a loved one. You lost in some kind of way. And that's what happens. I mean, these things happen all the time. Like, we all lose in some way, shape, or form. I've said it before in my other videos. You can't be afraid to lose. And sometimes losing means starting over. A lot of times losing means starting over. So what do you do when you have to start over? Well, now you have a few choices. You can get back up, dust yourself off, and try again, or you can stay down. That's always a choice. It's a choice. It's, in my opinion, a bad choice, and it's probably going to be a bad choice in a lot of people's eyes, because why would you want to stay down? I mean, yeah, you came so close. You came so close, and you hit rock bottom again. This is naturally going to be discouraging. It's a discouraging thing. But staying down and choosing the easy way and giving up, that's even worse. That's way harder than having to start over. Personally, I would rather start from the bottom again and work my way up than to come so close, fall, and then give up because I don't want to start over again. And I think that one of the reasons why a lot of us have a fear of starting over is because when you're on that path, when you're on that road and you're on that streak, you're on that winning streak, you get used to winning. And sometimes you get so used to winning that you forgot what losing feels like. Let's say you hit the lottery, you making all this money, you getting all this success, you're getting all this attention from people, that you forget what no attention feels like. You forget what being broke feels like. You forget what struggle feels like. And when you forget these things, you forget where you came from. You forget where you started. And if you forget where you started, sometimes, man, that's going to blind you from where you're going. It's going to blind you from where you need to go, because you're going to get lost in the sauce, so to speak. You're going to get so lost in this new lifestyle that you have, this new groove that you have, that you forget how to lose. And you forget that at one point you were a loser. At one point you wasn't winning. At one point you was at the bottom. At one point you was at the bottom of the ladder, and now you got to climb your way back up. Never forget how to climb. Never forget how to crawl. Just because you're running don't mean you got to forget that at one point you were crawling. At one point you were struggling. You making all this money. Don't forget, at one point you was broke. You had nothing. And sometimes it takes having nothing again to get you on the path that you need to be on. So when it comes to starting over, it's okay to be afraid. It's all right. It's okay to be afraid to start over. That's okay. But letting that fear keep you down, letting that fear keep you at the bottom, that's the worst thing you can do. That's the worst thing. I'm telling you. Start back from the bottom if you have to. Start back at the finish line if you have to. Because sometimes that reset button, that was the push you needed. That is exactly what you needed to get to where you really need to be. Folks, remember, every time you lose, you learn something. Every loss is a lesson. It's a lesson that you either learn, or it's a lesson that's waiting to be learned. But either way, you're going to learn that lesson. You can either learn it willingly, or you can learn it the hard way. But never be afraid to lose. Because being afraid to start over is being afraid to lose. And if you're afraid to lose, that means you're afraid to learn. Why are you afraid to learn something new? You should embrace that. You should welcome the possibility of having to start over. You should welcome the possibility of losing again. If you've been hurt in the past, if you've been hurt before, you should be so eager to get hurt again. And I know it sounds weird. You should be so eager to lose again, because that's a willingness to learn. You should be willing and eager and willing and able to learn something new. Get ready for that new lesson. It should almost make you salivate, the fact that you are about to lose and embark on a whole new journey that's going to get you not only right back to where you need to be, but it's going to elevate you further. Because every time you fall and get up, a lot of folks don't realize this. Every time you fall and get back up, that makes you tougher. That toughens your skin. It not only makes you tougher, it toughens your skin. It makes you smarter. It makes you wiser. You are evolving with every single loss. You are evolving with every single fall. Every time you get back up, as long as you don't stay down, you're doing the right thing. As long as you don't quit, you're doing the right thing. Every time you don't quit, every single time you choose not to give up, not to quit, you are on the right path. You're doing the right thing every single fucking time. So, fear of losing? Absolutely not. Fear of starting over? Absolutely not. Because you fear that doing that, you fearing a lesson. I'm never afraid to learn something new, and neither should you. So embrace that, man. Because those losses, those losses are going to come, regardless. No matter how hard you try not to lose, no matter how hard you try not to fall, you're going to fall. You're going to lose. You're going to lose things. You're going to lose material things. You're going to lose people. You're going to lose people that you're close to. You're going to lose acquaintances. You're going to lose lovers. You're going to lose friends. But every one of those losses, it's going to teach you something about not just life, but it's going to teach you something about yourself. It's going to help you find strengths that you didn't even know you had. You're going to unlock powers in yourself that you had no idea were inside of you. You had no idea, but you're going to find out. You could either find out the hard way, or you can find out willingly. You can embrace it. Embrace them losses. Prepare for it. Get ready for it. Because it's going to happen. What you do after it happens, that's going to decide how far you go forward or how far you go back. Always remember that. Folks, if you reach the end of this video, I want to thank you guys so much again for tuning in. This sun is blinding me right now, but yeah, I want to thank you guys so much. Also, if you are new to my channel, don't be a stranger. Hit the like button, subscribe, and share. And in case nobody else tells you, I'll tell you. I love you, and I'm proud of you. Keep it up.